This week, I want to talk about how your technicians can have their very own diary. Hey, this is Chris. Welcome back to another show. I always like to start by saying thank you to everyone who's been in touch and had a demo and either is on board or looking to come on board and join. I want to say the MOT Manager movement, but we really are so enjoying working with so many of you. So thank you again, and for all the feedback on the shows as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Next week on the show, we're going to be talking about a series of help videos that we're bringing out. They are not us moving away from the very interactive customer facing technical support that we provide. So you can always get us on the phone, you can always get us on the chat, and this runs across the weekends as well, because you might be in at the garage doing some stuff and you want to get hold of us. So we are not moving away from that. It's actually so you can learn more and more about the software either before you come on board, because there could be elements in there that you want to find out more about or learn some new stuff as a current user. So look out for the help videos on next week's show. But on to this week, and let's look how, if you want to, you can revolutionize your MOT Manager diary so it sits looking at how your technicians' days are going to pan out. So I've talked about this before in brief. Travis, my colleague, and I have often seen garages that instead of calling the ramps, MOT ramp and then service 1, 2, 3, or ramp 1, 2, 3, or anything else, just generic names for the different ramps, they've actually called the ramps the technicians' names. Now, the reason this is brilliant, most technicians, so employees, will work relatively set hours. I get that people stay late, etc., but generally speaking, they will work from example 8 till 6. And so you have a capacity of how many hours you can book that technician out for in a day. And the key, of course, is that the more hours they're booked out for, the more profit the garage can make. You're not turning down work. It helps with the organization, but also it is a great visual, an instant visual tool that is one of the reasons that I think this wins so well. So let me bring up this example diary that I've brought up. Do not get too hung up on the layout and the times. This can all be edited. I just want to show you the principle of how this will work. So here we've got the MOT bay on the left, and then we've got 3 ramps to the right of that. So you can see there's a few MOTs booked in on this particular day. And then next to that, we have Ben. So this is technician Ben, and Ben has got a big job in the morning. So you can see it's T-carded, it's bled the time all the way down. So we can see that Ben, this is you, the person operating it, can see that Ben is really busy that morning. The great thing as well for Ben, before he goes home the night before or when he comes in the morning, can see that he is doing that big job that you've assigned that time for him in the morning. Then we've popped in some lunch because Ben likes to have a set lunchtime for whatever reason that is. Then after lunch, Ben's doing a service, which is already booked in. And then Ben's time is currently free for the afternoon. One thing we've learned here at MOT Manager over the years, ever-changing business, you get customers turn up, can you fix my car now? A car doesn't pass its MOT and the customer's keen to get it back, and you obviously want to get it fixed and shipped out. So the great thing is, Ben, we can see, is free for the last few slots of the afternoon. So if a car fails its MOT, it's going to be an hour, a couple of hours to fix. We can get that done on the same day. And also if someone drives in and car is malfunctioning, there's potential that Ben can look and work on that in the afternoon. Okay, so skip through the middle one for now. Then on the far side is Jake, and Jake's on holiday at the moment. So we can show you how you can manage all your technicians' holidays through the diary. So the great thing is we're obviously in October at time of recording this show, as you can see on the calendar. So this holiday was booked by Jake back in May. So he came in, he told you he was going on holiday, he's just booked it with the family, and you go forward. Like I say, we can show you how to do this really simple and book that out. You can completely forget about that, because obviously when you get to the point that you are starting to book for the next 2 or 3 weeks and you get some bigger jobs, people wanting to come in, you can obviously say, oh, I can't do that week because I'm a man down, and you can visually see that holiday. So we've got Ben on the left, we've got Jake on the far right. Then in the middle, our technician is James. And James's day today is just a few jobs that are smattered about. So again, he's not got one particularly big job on, but he's got 3 or 4 smaller jobs. And if you want, you can just click on these. So just click and open or expand to the side and just have a look at that. Don't forget, these are drag and droppable, which I'll just show you now. So again, if the car's being brought in, maybe it's been left with you for a couple of days, maybe you're endeavoring to get that job done by James in the middle, but the day changes, these are drag and droppable and fully movable. So if you're really interested in having a look at how you can have your technicians' days really well organized, obviously it has to be changeable because that's how a garage works. But we do find that the technicians really like having this set out so they know what they're doing. And also from a garage point of view, you can clearly see the labor gaps. You can clearly see the hours that you can fill. You can clearly see the times. And obviously you want to be running on that full capacity, full labor on that particular day. I'm sure you'll have some questions and some feedback. And look, I get sometimes you might say, oh, I spot something in this that I don't think will work. We get that. I expect it. So absolutely come back and say, I think I've found a flaw, and we will absolutely love to hear from that. And when people do spot something and we go, hey, yeah, that could be better, that could be improved, we'll switch it up and we'll change it and make it better for you. So please, it's so important to us that you don't just tell us what you like, that you really tell us what you aren't so keen on or what could be better. Obviously in the usual positive and proactive way, as most people do, feed back to us. So have a look at that. Just want to throw one thing in as well. We are looking as more garages run like this, that we can give the technicians access to certain parts of this from their phone. So if they want to go in and do a health check sheet, they want to go in and take some images or videos, or they want to do certain things, then we are already actively looking to how the technicians could do that on their smartphone or possibly tablets if you wanted to issue that. But it would work perfectly on their own smartphone, and they wouldn't need complex or full access to any software. They'll just be able to update via the register. So that's just a little food for thought for you to feed back on. So let us know what you think of this. So we brought MOT Manager out at the start of 2016. We were already working with garages on a slightly different project. What a journey it has been so far to nearly the end of 2022. We are only just getting started. Over 800 garages already come on board since we started back then, and so many more coming on all the time. And as I keep saying as well, 500 garages in the UK right now who I know are still using older systems, paper systems, tell me that they really want to get started and are just being slightly held back. Just make the first step, start the conversation. There is never any obligation. Anyone that has worked with the team here at MOT Manager, we are simply here to work with you and help you. That is so important to us because we understand that running a garage can be very stressful and busy, and we want to help you be able to improve and take those steps forward. So as I say all the time, just get in touch. Let's have 15 minutes at a time that suits you. Early mornings, late nights, weekends, we will fit around you because we totally get how busy you are. Just get in touch.